Yeah, once again, no shortage of endeavour from our players. Kept going right to the very end. We committed more and more players forward, and I can't sing the praises of the players loud enough. I think that they have been fantastic to work with. I'm very grateful for the efforts of the staff and the players. They've given, I'm sure, Benito Floro some hope that between the players that we have here and the players that are unavailable, that the Canadian landscape is brighter than some people would give us credit for. And I'm very optimistic. The problem that Canada has, and you saw it once again today, is in the attacking third. We're almost, not apologising, but we're almost running out of ideas, if you like, when we get into the attacking third, where other countries genuinely look dangerous, you know. And the tournament really is summed up at the end when there's a very strong penalty claim. Maybe if he had a different jersey on, it would have been a penalty kick.
Question here.
So what do you make of both penalties? I mean, the first one did seem a little off. The second one seemed a little more blatant. What do you make of that?
Sorry, was it Paul?
Yes, sir.
Sorry
about that from yesterday.
That's okay. That's okay. I've got advice from many people, Paul, will remind you. Sorry, your question was about penalties?
Yeah. What do you make of both of them, actually, more than anything else? Because the first one was kind of soft. The second one seemed a little more blatant to me.
Yeah, I definitely. You mean the one against Mexico?
No, the ones both in these matches today.
Okay. I thought you were regurgitating the Mexican bad dream that I had.
No.
I think that the second one is in front of us, and Marcus Haber has said there was strong contact inside the box, and I genuinely believe that it's a penalty kick. We have to claim it, of course, it's in the box, but the big fella is very honest, unlike on Thursday night. He's an honest player, and he hasn't done anything wrong. He's been fouled inside the box, in my opinion, and I think it is a penalty kick. And I said to the referee as well, also after the game, that I felt that it was a penalty kick.
Colin, this is it now for you. How would you sum up the year it's been for you? You come in here with very low expectations. You sort of are the lightning rod for everything that's happened while things get done behind the scenes. How has it been for you? Can you just sum up this year?
I would not turn down the opportunity ever to coach our national team, Gavin. It's been an absolute privilege to work with the staff and the players. I was asked that question today by the media before the game, and I believe I've given 9 players their first international cap. And I think that in itself is a success. Sure, people will look at the results and go, it's not what we would have wanted, but in the case of a rebuilding process, you're going to have to take some defeats and learn along the way. And I've loved every minute of it. I think it's an opportunity that is always too good to turn down when you get to manage at this level with these players, to coach against fantastic managers from other countries. I leave tomorrow and I join FC Edmonton in their second day of pre-season training, so there's no rest for the wicked here. But I wouldn't turn it down for all the money in the world. It's been a real privilege and an honour for me to do this, and we've just had a great great talk with the players, and they thank me very much for my efforts and our staff's efforts along the way. So all in all, results apart from it, I know it is a results business, but where we're at the moment in terms of the redevelopment phase that we're in, I think there have been many successes, Gavin. I think we've drawn against the US, we've drawn against Panama, we do very well against Mexico in this tournament. We lose a goal in the last seconds of the game against Martinique. And all things aside, I think we've brought some young players into an environment that hopefully they have appreciated and they've learned from. We've given players an opportunity that they may have not have had at their clubs, and now they've put themselves in the shop window and shown that they are more than capable of playing professional football with their club teams.
Colin?
Colin McCarthy, Fox Soccer. Colin, how important is this experience for the guys in that locker room going forward, knowing that this is a rebuilding process and they've had to deal with a lot of different things during this group stage?
Yeah, it's been such a big learning curve, Kyle. I mean, the more that we can put our players into this sort of environment, younger players, so that it almost becomes second nature to play in front of big crowds. got to be politically correct here, not the most consistent officiating in the world. This is what you deal with in CONCACAF. This is exactly what you deal with in CONCACAF. And these guys now have experienced it on the big stage, playing against good teams. I mean, those 18-year-olds are playing 29,000 against a very good Mexican side, and they acquitted themselves very well, and likewise did today also. So I think the more we get the guys in this environment, the better it will be. Now they've experienced it throughout the year. I mean, fair play to the Canadian Soccer Association for arranging the friendlies that they have arranged, and I think they deserve a great deal of credit for providing these opportunities for these young players. And I think the future looks bright. Sure, there'll be some teething problems along the way, but there's a real strong core of players here, everybody considered, to help move the program forward.
Any other questions? Maybe one last question here.
Yeah, I mean, Colin, at times like these, it seems people sort of come out of the woodwork. Like after the Martinique game, everybody's suddenly an expert saying Martinique is a terrible team. But given where the program is, given who's not here, guys like Atiba, guys like Andre Haino, what does this sort of tournament, what comes out of this tournament? What's the message, and what should people read into?
Well, I think first of all in Canada, and it's a general statement, I think that we have to be more realistic in our expectations at the moment. You know, we qualified for the World Cup in 1986. I was a part of that squad, and those players there were seasoned pros in many, many ways. So now they were playing in the North American Soccer League. Now we've got players that are playing across the world, and the MLS has been a fantastic vehicle for the United States in terms of their development. We have now got to try to push our Canadian players forward into the first teams in the MLS as much as we can in order to give them this sort of opportunity. And I think that the more we do that, the better off we will be. And we're doing it at FC Edmonton. We're giving 16 and 18-year-olds Canadians a chance to play. I've just broke the record in the North American Soccer League by playing a young Canadian, Hansen Boakai. So I'm prepared to give these guys an opportunity. We have to be brave and give our Canadian guys a chance if they're doing well.
Okay, thanks. Great effort.